your roles and responsibilities quickly.
So right now I'm working with city. I've been working over there like for the past 1 year. So coming to my roles and responsibilities, like I've been working here like for the last 1 week. So I especially worked on sales, service, and community. So over here, like most it was sales. Worked on
Mm-hmm.
configurations, worked on configurations, customizations, and have worked on admin and also like the development part. In the administration part, I worked on the security part of the administration. So and coming to the development part, I have done the customized configurations, validations, and also worked on different kinds of relationships like what are the relationships we have uh, uh, lookup relationship, master data relationship, and also like junction objects, creating the junction objects, and also like worked with the database, and also worked with the PL SQL like from the for the Oracle. Mm, and coming to the Salesforce, I have worked on SOSL and SOQL for querying the data. So, in my current project, I have worked on the Lightning part where I have built Lightning applications. We have also done the migration part from the classic, uh, and also like I have done a couple of integrations with the payment base. One with the Stripe and another with it's a loan based payment.
Mm-hmm.
It is Afrim, I think Afrim. Yeah. So we have done a couple of integrations over there. Like we use the REST for that. I have also done some work with embedding the Visual Force in the Lightning and integrated with the payment gateway. And also I also worked on what we call like the uh, mostly towards the development side. Basically, day to day, I have build a couple of triggers for that for the automation, uh, and also following the best practices. I have done my work over there.
Okay, that sounds good. So, Shisha, are you in a project now? I mean, like, are you pursuing your project as of now?
Yeah, as of now, the thing is that I'm done with my project, but I have a small project which I'm doing like a POC work over there.
Okay. So, what is your IT experience in total?
My ID in total is 6 years, over just over 6 years.
Okay, 6 years. So how would in developing side? I'm like developer experience.
Developer experience, it's just like at the beginning, I have done a little bit work in the administration side, but the rest is development. I have done my work in the development side.
How many years? I mean, like, in count?
It's uh, it's 5 years on the
5 years in
development side.
development.
As a Salesforce developer. Before that, I have done an internship that was through my college, and that is as a Java developer.
Okay. So, what was the last project? Like before this?
Before this, it is a state project where Department of
Mm-hmm.
hiring the vehicles. Yeah.
So, when it's into Salesforce or else in another one?
No, it is also the Salesforce thing.
Oh, okay, in another project, I understand.
Yes,
So, what
yes.
technologies you are using as of now?
As of this project,
Yes, into this project, current one.
so we for the automation we have used Auto Rabbit, and also we have used the web services for the integrations, and we have used Informatica Cloud for the data flow, and also like we have used the database Oracle, uh, and also we have used pretty much the CRM part.
Yes. Okay. So, how about CRM experience? I mean, like, you are using it in this current project or else into previous two?
Yes, I have used it in the previous to lead generation and marketing wise. So creating the leads from campaigning. I've done campaigns also.
Okay. Companies. So, how did you migrate it into Lightning? migration?
So most of the part like the infrastructure and everything, it was managed by the lightning part
Mm-hmm.
uh, but the thing is there are some Java buttons and everything which have to be converted. There might be some issues in there. So what we do is we create that by that using the lightning. So for that we have used lightning design systems, creating the icons and everything in the lighting part,
Mm-hmm.
and also
Chedra avannee
I have also
వాడకూడదు
developed some
ఇండియనే పెడతా
components
ఓహో
the single page application. We have done several components. So depending on the functionality, we have done several components using the bundle components and everything in the lighting.
Mm-hmm. So, like, okay. So, what are relationships, public relationships you are using now as of now?
What I am using,
Yes.
so we have basically mainly two types. One is a lookup and master detail.
How about many to
So
many?
many to many is joint joint relationship we are talking about,
Yes.
junction
Yes.
object relationship.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I've done that too. When a child, if you want me to explain what it is, I can explain that.
Okay. So, okay. So, as you said, you have used SOSL and SQL, right?
Uh-huh.
So, what major differences you found in between them while using?
So the SOSL mostly we use SOQL for the querying, but what is that if the SOSL is
Mm-hmm. Okay, I
what
can
we,
hear you.
but I can't barely concentrate. That's fine. Okay. So for the SOSL, it's a search language. If you need to search some contacts or something like any addresses or email addresses, we use the SOSL.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to query the records and related records,
Okay.
we use the SOQL for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, how do you deploy from sandbox to production? Like, what things you follow to deploy it?
I use Maven and change it for that.
Use Maven for it.
Yeah, change sets and
Okay.
I used to change sets and also for and Maven for that.
Okay. So then, like, how can you customize Apex and Visual Force directly in a production organization?
We can we can we cannot do the Apex part, but we can do the Visual Force part in the production, because most of the Apex part we used to write the test classes in the sandbox environment, not in the development environment.
So how do you run your triggers? I mean, like Apex triggers.
In the anonymous box or developer console, or I didn't get how do I invoke an Apex class you are asking about?
Apex triggers.
Yeah, Apex triggers.
I mean, like, how do you make sure your Apex triggers run? I mean, like, can run. Like, how do you make your
So
Apex triggers run? That's what.
no, how do I if it is in a condition
Mm-hmm.
if in a flow, if Apex triggers are mostly for like triggering process. There are a couple of DML statements we use for that. So like before trigger, after trigger, or we will write the code, and if it is if the condition, if the criteria meet, the trigger will be executed. Uh, we have several DML statements and operations where we work on before trigger, after trigger, uh, before update, after update, and also in the context. We can use that all in the context variables as well.
Okay. So what collections you are using? Collection types.
I have used mainly we have three: list, set, and map. I've used them.
So why do you use collections? I mean, like for use.
to sort for the sorting and everything for the listing, and also like the map we use for a key value pair. Like if you have two values, like let's say, let me say simple example, like you have several number of currencies, you have several number of names for that. So to match the each and everything, it's like a dependency key value.
Hmm.
For every key, they have a value, so to match that we use the key, the map collection.
Okay. Okay. Just help me understand. Like, does Visual Force supports any merge fields? I mean, like merge field usages, like S controls and etc.
It's not clear.
I mean, like I'm asking you, like, does Visual Force supports any merge fields usages?
Visual Force have not used the merge fields in the Visual Force actually, so not sure about that. But I think it will support.
Okay. So, like what are the major things you follow to consider in MDM, like master data relationship? Sorry.
Master data relationship. What do you mean? Major considerations or something? I can see what is that. What is master detail?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just asking you, like, what main things you need to consider in master data relationship.
Mm, Master data relationship. So every child has a single master or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like two masters in a child, that is a maximum we can get. A master data relationship is like like a parent child relationship. It is a cascade relationship. If we uh, delete the child, if we delete the parent, the child gets deleted. That's the main thing
Okay.
about the master data. It's a tightly coupled relationship.
Okay.
So but
Mm-hmm.
we have only the limited number of fields, like we can only do two master details on a single object.
Okay.
Whereas if it is a lookup relationship, we have somewhere around 40 fields.
Mm-hmm.
We can make a 40 relationship in a lookup relationship with an object.
Okay. So, Shishi, like, have you ever deal with the data loss?
Not really. Sorry.
Not really. So, haven't dealt with it.
No, I mean, I didn't came across it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, sorry. So, have you used Sandbox
Yes, I
Salesforce?
have used Sandbox. This is
So, what type of sandboxes you have used in Salesforce?
I used full Sandbox.
Full sandbox.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, what is the use you follow while writing sharing rules?
Lightning sharing rules.
Like, for writing
Can
sharing
you can
rules.
you can you repeat the whole question?
I mean, like, I'm just asking you the use of writing sharing rules.
Writing sharing rules. I was hearing lightning sharing rules.
No, no, no.
That's something else. So writing sharing rules. We have like something like four categories in sharing in Salesforce, like Apex sharing, one with hierarchy, one with uh, ORD, organization wise. Let me tell the important one, like
Mm-hmm.
organization wide, it's like it open ups. When we write a sharing rule, uh, let me give a simple scenario. We have a hierarchy in our company. We have a sales, we have a manager, we have a CEO, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the fields, and also we have a lead in a share, in the sales, let's say. So
Mm-hmm.
as an admin or as a developer, what we do is what we do is uh, we write the sharing rules so that uh, the lead can see and read and write some of the fields, but not the salespersons. They only read or they only write, but they don't have the capacity to edit or delete those fields.
So can you use sharing rules and to restrict data access?
That is one of the sharing rules.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it's on hold. I think.
Okay.
Thought
Okay, just tell. Mhm.
you asked for only 15 minutes. I'm getting some other calls. I have to answer them.
Okay then. Okay then. We'll drop them. Okay then. Thank you, Shashi.
You're welcome, Scott.
It's nice talking to you. Thank
Yeah.
you.